Look at that gigantic old gear. That thing's huge. Let's go in there and take a look at it. Man, I'd love to have that thing, but it must weigh probably 300 pounds, so it's going to have to stay in the river. This must be an old spring I'm coming up on. You can see that the water appears to be running uphill or upriver. I'm guessing there's a giant spring there. No, it is. It's running uphill. How is that possible? Oh, there's another stream up there, that's how. There's a stream cutting in up there. And it must be flowing upriver along this edge and then dumping in here. Weird, huh? Unfortunately, this is not a nice, clean spring. This is treated sewage. I can smell it. It must be a treatment plant up above me. You see, it even looks kind of funky. The bottom looks funky, but you can just smell this real earthy. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like an earthy smell. Once you smell it and know what it is, you never forget it. I mean, it doesn't stink. Ooh, it's nice and warm too. It doesn't actually stink, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a very organic smell. But you can see it dumping out right there. That's a big treatment plant. That's a lot of water. This is probably the natural stream right here beside it. That's a pretty stream though. I might walk up there a little way, see what's up there. Had no idea this was going to be here. Very soothing. Love to play around in it some, but I got a place I want to go downstream that we have to get to. There you go. See all these rocks right here? That's not natural. Somebody either pile those things up there to make a dam, or maybe somebody was dredging for gold there. I'm not sure which. Let's go up and take a look at it. Yeah, I think somebody was just goofing off making a dam here. You can see they left their beer cans floating around all up on the bank there. Isn't that a shame? Why do people do that? Beer cans over there. Such a lovely spot though. The mixing of the goo. Kind of weird, huh? I think we'll hunt on that bank over there. What do you say? Here's somebody's little dump. Probably a house up over the bank there somewhere. And this is where they dump their trash for years and years and years. But it looks pretty old though. I'd say it's at least 50s. Yeah, I'd say at least 50s. We're going to keep moving on down the line. Never ceases to amaze me what people dump in the water. Look at this. Really? Why? You know what I mean? Why? I'm not carrying that thing out. It must weigh at least 20 pounds. Exactly. Just found a beautiful axe head. Look at that thing. Full of gorgeosity. Yes, gorgeosity. Excellent. Brand new hunt today. A new section of the river I've never been on. I didn't bring the kayak. I figured I'd just hike down it because the river actually makes kind of a big hairpin bend, and I can walk down it and just kind of cut across land back to the vehicle. But I just got down to where I wanted to go, and they're working on the bridge. So I cannot go right at the bridge because I don't want stuff to fall on my head and I don't want them yelling at me. So I'm going to have to stay up a little bit from it and maybe down a little bit from it. But we're going to search around and see what we can find. I've already been on the river now for about an hour. I haven't found too much. So we'll start looking real close around here. Maybe find a good thing or two. Fight the big snags. Sometimes if you can get behind these snags, I mean, you can't hunt in there because that'll be full of cans and junk. But when the water comes rushing down over the top, it will hollow out an area right behind it. And you can see there's a trench I'm standing in. It's not very deep there. Gets waist deep here. Goes back up on that side. These trenches can have nice things in them. The heavy things will be right in the bottom, and all the sand's gone. So all the sand that's up there that's loaded with cans isn't here now. That's a weird looking thing. It's almost like a backbone. We'll go over and look at that. If it is, I'll turn the camera back on. Anywho, get back to it. Let's dig some stuff. I don't have high hopes. And we may have to scoot on down past the bridge and just hope for the best, you know. Throw them bones. These are the piers of the old railroad right here. Isn't that cool? Imagine this is probably the second one. Well, it looks pretty old. That's probably the oldest one, that little short thing there. I've seen a lot of places where they use brick. Well, there's brick over there too, and it's on top, so I can't tell. That's big square stones in the woods there, you can see. Just like this, so maybe it's all the same pier and this was a brace, I'm not sure, but the new bridge apparently is downstream a little bit further. Pretty cool though, huh? Not finding squat underneath it though. Well, we'll keep looking. And one nice thing about working a spot like this is that this bridge, like I said, was probably gone in the 1880s. So everything we find is going to be from that era or before. And under the new bridges, like over there, there'd be so much junk underneath that bridge you wouldn't be able to hunt it. It would be terrible. It'd be just so much iron. And the iron here, though, is going to be neat iron. This is going to be stuff that you normally don't find under the newer bridges because it's buried under all the newer junk. So I wish I knew more about railroad stuff and I could tell you what this thing is. I don't really know. Maybe some of you railroad guys will know. I'll try to take some video of some of the iron I find in here like this. And maybe someone can enlighten me. Put it right there in the rock for now. I just love old places like this. Only wish the guys in the background weren't there. This is one beautiful spot. Isn't that neat? Look at that. This is cool. I like the timbers. You can see where they were slotted and stuff. And we'll check those, make sure there's no bullets fired into them, because there was a battle here too. I definitely camp here if we come by on a kayak trap. Kayak trap. That bank looks good over there, doesn't it? We'll have to go over there and check that out too. Someone's got a rope swing. I didn't even know there were any houses nearby. You know what? I bet you people camp here. Just make a perfect place for camping. I like it. Except for the trains coming by every hour on the hour. Well, I was just on that side and I found some stuff, but it was mostly just spikes and there's a lot of sand. So I came over to this bank here that, you know, I just said that. I really wanted to check that out because it just looks good. And looky what I found already. I mean, I just got here. This is like one of the first things I dug. I bet you can guess what it is. Can you guess what it is? Come on, guess, guess, guess. Guess, 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 guess. It's a shell. That's an artillery shell from the American Civil War. Isn't that cool? I bet you I could have seen it if I had looked down. You can see the different colors of the, there's the mud on the top and the bottom where we're stuck in the sand. This is the real reason I came here, because there was a battle here, and I was hoping to find some bullets and stuff too. I can look down and see all kinds. There's some rail or something down there. We'll go downstream, down to the rope ladder, and work our way back up, and just kind of see what we can see while the water's clear before I completely mess it up, because I'm completely messing it up. See some bricks down in there. See anything suspicious? Alright, let's go down there and work our way up, and we'll just eyeball first. I think I see a turtle. Let's go see if it is one. It's a rock. Don't tell anyone. Still letting the water clear, and I figured I'd just walk down closer to the new bridge. This area looks real good too along this bank, so we're going to check it. But I kind of like those guys to leave, because I don't want them to see me down here finding artillery shells. Because there could be 100 people down here tomorrow, if that's the case. Alright, let's go back up here. At least they can't really see me too well up there. And we'll look around up there and see what we can find. I don't see any more shells down here. It's not as much junk down here either, but we're definitely going to check it with a metal detector. We all know what this is, right? This little pile of sticks here. This is where beaver's been feeding. See, the ends are all cut off by the beaver teeth. It's eating cedar, which is really weird. I didn't know they ate cedar. Those are dead fishy. It's a bass. Somebody said they'd like to see the dead fish, so I guess we'll see the dead fish. Look, it's got a big sore on it. Eee, gross. What's that? Some type of knife blade, I guess, huh? The train! The train! A lot of them on this line. This is like the fourth one that's gone by since I've been here. I've only been here about half an hour. Anyway, look at this find right here. This might be really cool. It's a piece of timber, but not just an ordinary piece of timber. It is a piece of heavy timber. It's charred. Look at this. Very heavy too. This is probably a piece of the old bridge, and if you look here, it's been burned. And during the Civil War, this bridge was burned. So this could be the actual wood from the American Civil War in 1860s that was burned. Isn't that cool? I wish I had brought my kayak. I would absolutely save this piece. This is a beautiful piece. It's got some of the old spikes in it, and oh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I will definitely bring my boat down here and grab this thing. Wow, I love this kind of stuff. It's such a cool piece of history too. And you know, it's been here for 150 years and not in bad shape, but one day it's going to float on down the river, wash up on one of these banks, and rot away. But we'll put it back out here in the water where it was. It doesn't seem to like it here, so oh man, I'm definitely coming back for that thing. I'm just going to turn the, we're going to start walking up through here now. That's through my machine, and that shell's right there. And I'm going to turn the camera on and off as I'm going along because I don't know what we're actually going to see. But here's a brick. Go ahead and look at that. It's a nice big old brick from the bridge. And if I see something really cool, I'll turn the camera. I see it's still cloudy. Yeah, this might not work. We might just have to grab the detector and come in here. A little bit of iron over here. Let's look at it, see what it is. I can see the rust. I can see that rust right there. That's what originally caught my eye, although they're huge. See, the neat thing is, this is all stuff from the old bridge. This isn't, you know, the new stuff. So there's no telling what could be in here. I wish I knew what this stuff was. It's like some type of big scissor thing, isn't it? Like, yep. Don't know. Any of you railroad guys know what that is? Appreciate you letting me know. I just leave it right where it was. Keep on moving on. See, the stuff's actually going upstream. It's being sucked back upstream by the current. That's an interesting little piece of iron there. Let's go look at it. Yep. Don't know what that is either. Any of you railroad guys know what that is? Pretty cool. We're just going to leave it right there. I'm not seeing anything too interesting. A lot of bricks and stuff. I got water in my camera again. It's starting to fog up. Let's go underwater and kind of scoot along and see what we can see. That's where the shell came from. Yeah, nothing amazing that I can see either from up here. We'll grab the machine and go over it, and if it's there, we'll find it. Okay, so that's about it for me here. I hunted around for about 2 hours, and I worked that area over there really hard. There's a lot of iron in there, and the artillery shell was the only artillery shell that I found. That first one which is really weird considering when I went over there, it was like my first target out of probably 100 of them that I dug. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and leave that that area now. We might come back some other day. Probably not though. One last look at the beautiful bridge. I think these pillars here must be something to do with erosion control for when it floods, to help keep the river from undermining the pillar, I think. I don't know for sure. But anyway, this is what I ended up with today. This is what I'm going to carry out of here. It's a long ways. Well, it's not that far, but it's a long ways if you're carrying iron. I got a nice parrot shell that I do believe was fired because the sabot or sabot on the bottom is broken right here. That probably broke off as it was coming out of the cannon barrel. One nice axe head that I'm going to keep, and one pin. These are the pins that they used to couple the rail cars together back in the old days. The guy would actually have to stand there by hand, drop these into a slot so that the cars would stick together going down the rail. Pretty cool. I don't have one quite like this. I got a bunch of them, but none quite like this, and certainly not one from this rail line. So, hope you enjoyed this little adventure. I sure did. Kind of wish I had the kayak because I could have brought out a lot more iron and that charred piece of wood over there, which is really sweet, but I'm going to leave it behind. Anyway, we have a half a day left, and I have an idea of another spot that might be a little bit better. So let's go check that one out. And just as I put the camera away, I look down and I can see the edge of something. It looks like an insulator. Telegraph insulator. What do you think? I haven't seen any yet today. That's the first one. Let's pull it up and see what it is. What is it? What is it? No, it's a piece of iron. Oh well. It's from the back side of the big main pillars here. And you can see there's actually more of these brick ones than I thought. There's two here. And a giant tree. That tree's probably almost Civil War era right there. So yeah, you got the main part here. You got another brick support thingy here. I don't know what it's for. How they bricked that in. Kind of wonder why they did that. Maybe there's a secret room in there. You think? Maybe that's where they buried the Confederate gold. Confederate gold. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking though. Lots of iron up there. Really cool iron. Oh well. I'm very curious about that thing now. Very curious. When you look through the woods there, you can see some more pillars. There's another big stone one there. We're going to walk right by it. If there's anything interesting, I'll show it to you. And pawpaws, these are all pawpaw trees. I can see them up there. Can you see the little pawpaw up there? Not ripe yet. I'm going to zoom in. Hold tight. You can see some pawpaws hanging from the branches up there. Maybe. They're not ripe yet. It'll be a while yet. This is next to the last bridge support. And you can see they have those brick thingies here too. There's one over there, there's one there, and there's two off to the side. I'm starting to think now that they must be some type of cable support. They must have stretched cables or something up to the actual tracks up there. Or chains, I don't know what they are. The granite on top is later. That's definitely not a Civil War vintage. That would probably be in the later 1800s. Alright, up the big hill we go. We'll look at the last one and then cross country we go. Getting near the top and getting out of breath. This is the last one before it levels out on top. Pretty neat. I wish it was open, you could see across there. But it ain't. That's some type of little support too. Let's go look at that. Okay, so we made it up on top. And can't really see anything. Here's a long way down. The river is out that way. You can see they really built this up high. We're going to follow the grade out till it hits the road, and they want to walk the road back to the vehicle. Before you guys say, oh, Aquachigger, you're so out of breath. You really need to get some exercise. Remember, I got like 40 pounds of iron in here that I just drug up that hill. So, I guess pretty heavy after a while. Alright, that's it for today. Well, that's it for this hunt. We're going to go to another spot. I think we got plenty of light, and we'll check that out. next.